What's up, guys? It's your boy Alex, and we are back again with another reaction video today. And today we are doing a reaction on another Nostalgia Critic reaction video. Today we're taking a look at some of the more recent ones because I know I've been trying to get back to some more Nostalgia Critic stuff and some other requests. I've been way too busy with stuff and everything, and plus I'm just going through some mental stuff right now. So, yeah. Just trying to get over that because of some friend drama last night, but I'd rather not talk about that. Today, we are taking a look at Nostalgia Critic's review on a particular show that I don't think he's really talked about as much on his channel. That being the show of South Park. For those of you that don't know, South Park is a very raunchy animated show about four kids who go on some really crazy hijinks and end up swearing a lot, basically. It got very popular at the time. I know a lot of parents have tried to get that show canceled, but it's gone slightly strong. It's had rocky bumps here and there with some seasons. It's had its fair share of good episodes, and it's had its fair share of bad episodes, too. And I mean a lot of bad episodes, honestly. One in particular I don't think I'm gonna, ever mention, but moving on from that, we're not gonna take a look at him covering the show. We're actually gonna take a look at him covering the movie that came out. South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. And I'm not even kidding, that's actually the title of the movie. It's not called South Park the movie or anything like that, it's just called South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. I think I'll talk about that once we get into the video, but let's not waste any time and jump right in. I was about to say, you can look at that terrified face on him. I know he's about to be hit by the logo, but you can tell for that terrified face that, he's definitely not ready for something like this. I mean, to be fair, I've seen him like more Disney movies. Not sure how he feels towards the show South Park or this movie, so let's not waste any time and jump right in. So, without further ado, let's dive right into his review on South Park the movie. And no, I'm not going to call it that ridiculous title. Anyway, so, start the video in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Ugh. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Doing it like a fighting screen. Tamara's little kitty cat slap moves, that's hilarious. Oh, wow, that's surprisingly a very short intro.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to. In a time where maybe, just maybe, more and more people are seeing animation as more grown-up than most grown-up entertainment, you gotta think about those anime films that blur that line.
More specifically for Arcane and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Oh.
Movies that showed American audiences.
Oh, Sausage Party, yeah.
Adults. And of course, the 1999 film that challenged the ideas of censorship.
Figured as much he would say the name of the show, but still.
Times was the center of all three. And of course, talk about the foul-mouthed wonders themselves, South Park.
Oh yeah.
Unlike other anime films based on shows made over a decade earlier, South Park had a contract that said they
surprisingly, the Bob's Burgers movie was actually pretty good.
The show was so low budget and quick to produce, they figure a movie would be
oh
easy.
gosh.
I'm not sure.
I had like a little piece of egg still stuck in my teeth.
Was released arguably at the peak of their success. While the show had constant run-ins with parental groups about what can be shown and said on TV, the movie decided to focus on not only the outrage that the show was getting, but the probable outrage their movie was going to get. They had constant arguments with the MPAA about what justified an R-rated film as opposed to an NC-17 film, which many theaters wouldn't show. Like a note they received once that said if there were over 400 swear words...
Gosh, I forgot about that part of the song.
So the creators put in this, no joke, 399. Yep,
jeez,
honestly,
I didn't count how many were in the movie, but really, that many were in the film? Good lord.
And one F-bomb is dropped. So, we'll have our cute kitty Chaplin saying words with the exact same meaning, but technically aren't swears.
Okay.
Rest assured, people who don't want to deal with the real world don't have to. Right, Chaplin?
You said it, feces digester.
Already off to a great start.
Good
Let's take a
Lord,
look at
Chaplin.
Bigger, longer, and uncut. Actually, the title itself is a perfect sum up of the ridiculousness of MPAA standards.
Yeah.
The title was South Park All Hell Breaks Loose, but the MPAA wouldn't allow a title with the word hell.
I mean, I feel like that title is like more on brand with Matt and Trey.
Dirty, but
This title, however, is just
used in a G-rated film in the 50s, so
oh yeah, I forgot they said hell in that movie.
The film opens, funny enough, with no swearing at all. It builds up the oncoming onslaught of
yeah. This whole movie ended up turning into like one big
It
musical.
was constructed like a Broadway-style musical at a time when that really wasn't popular. Even Disney was backing off heavy from it. In fact, they lost the Oscar for Best Song to Phil Collins singing one of these pop songs that could be played on the
Yeah,
radio.
I forgot about the episode where they took a jab at Phil Collins.
Totally meant for just the movie. The fact that it could be played on the radio as well, just pure coincidence. Okay, if the South Park guys could eventually stop with this joke, okay. Bottom line, it was pretty ballsy to do something many movie audiences saw as lame at the time and breathe new life into it. Tipping their hat to the genre, but still doing it their way.
Yeah, that falsetto voice.
The boys are excited because they're finally going to see the Terrence and Phillip movie, based on the raunchy cartoon they love to watch. As you quickly guess, the cartoon and everybody's overreactions to it are a satire of their own interactions with the show and what they presumed were going to be the reactions to the movie. Hell didn't quite rise up, but Saddam Hussein did die, so
yeah.
By a picture of one of the director's sisters. They find they can't get
I forgot about that.
Not old enough. Yeah, it's almost like the cartoon you're watching clearly isn't for kids.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, this actually brings up a good point about, like, this particular scene, or what Doug just said. The fact that they're going to see this movie because it has Terrence and Phillip saying swear words that they've never heard before, when literally, in the first early seasons, we have heard them say some stuff that, of course, it gets bleeped out because it's the earliest season. Sorry, I hit play. I'll talk about it more, like, in a sec, but still.
Fornicating. Roller in the
Oh my gosh, no.
Maximus.
I get why he's doing that. What garbage? Well, what do you expect? They're Canadian. I can't even say it.
Everyone credits Parker and Stone, but the composer, Mark Shaman, who's written many catchy themes in the past, also deserves a ton of credit.
I mean, the music is actually very catchy in this movie.
Musical abilities, yet they would go on to be nominated and even win almost every musical award
Yeah.
there is.
We just went to go see the Terrence and Phillip movie.
Always talk about the movie they saw.
My word!
Colorful vocabulary. Stan is thrown off though when he sees Wendy, the girl he's in love with, and keeps puking on. Yeah, it's also kind of fun revisiting these old South Park tropes they haven't used in a while. But it looks like she's being courted by a boy named Gregory.
Wanna skate with us? We've been skating all morning and laughing and talking of memories past.
I could be wrong, but I swear this is based on Nigel from Top Secret. I never heard them confirm that,
Okay.
but come on.
Get lots of sleep. Tomorrow, we will all be risking our lives for freedom.
Hillary, how wonderful that you've returned to me now. When I so desperately need you by my side to fight for the cause.
Oh yeah, I definitely see the similarities there.
Has a cow mounting him.
I'm sorry, what?
The movie and are using the same colorful language.
You can't say nookie. You can school you screwing.
One of the best scenes.
You just said
Sexual Congress.
again. Stanley. Ooh, Kenny.
Kitty!
Time to mention the record for the most swear words used in an animated movie.
The black screen that popped up, always gotta deal with those. But what I was about to say is, like, we have literally heard these kids say these swear words before. They were bleeped out in the earlier seasons, but later seasons, they're just like, yeah, they're just saying them left and right. I feel like, though, Matt and Trey retconned that line in the movie for the later seasons because they knew, yeah, these kids have been saying these swear words, like, all their lives, so to have them say, like, that they've been hearing swear words that, like, they've never heard before, they've been saying that stuff for the earlier seasons and in the later seasons of the show.
Boys get in trouble for their harsh language.
I don't
It's
know.
not on Stan's mind,
Maybe they
but
did,
it's
like,
not
actually
always how
retcon
the
that line, like, super
Chef,
quick.
How do you make a woman like you more than any other guy?
Oh, that's easy. You just gotta find the...
I think I can say this one. I'm not sure with YouTube. Oh, I'll just play this.
Dolores!
You guys, do you know where I can find
Wow,
Jesus?
really?
The
I mean,
one-
technically,
Jesus or something?
No Jesus
I
is easier to find
think
and
no,
easier to
I'm not gonna talk about it.
School panics at the popularity of Terrence and Phillip, and in one of the many examples of censorship working against the censor, the school says anyone wearing a Terrence and Phillip shirt will be sent home, only encouraging the kids to love them more.
Is the film destroying
Of course, it's not. They're the only two that haven't watched it.
It's gonna sound weird to say, but I really forgot how random early South Park humor was. The school tries to sing to the kids how to say other words.
It's all up to you, guys. With a little plan, you can change your lives today.
They're inspired by the movie to light their farts on fire, resulting in, yeah, spoiler, Kenny getting killed.
Yep, leads to the infamous moment where Kenny dies a lot. And I keep forgetting that George Clooney lent his voice to this show and to the movie.
Down the line. Not gonna lie, that kind of feels right somehow. Kenny goes to the afterlife, which, to quote the Three Little Bobs, didn't go to heaven, was the
boy at peace. Little boy, you're going to hell! Oh my gosh.
A moment of gratification for years of me saying, that's James Hetfield singing that, and everybody saying, no it isn't, it be in the credits.
Oh,
well,
how's it good? How's it good as hell?
Still has better effects than Constantine.
Ugh, yikes.
To blame for all their kids
Oh yeah, back-to-back songs surprisingly in this scene.
Well, you all know the song.
Blame Canada, blame
As
Canada.
much as we like to mock the Oscars for being dim-witted and out of touch, especially when it comes to animation, them nominating
They're not
the
even
song
a real
that
country
Robin
anyway.
Williams sang, it does show they got
I
a
keep
break.
forgetting that, like, Robin Williams sang this song. Oh boy.
This, of course, is a satire.
With all the hockey hullabaloo.
Is destroying the sensitive minds of the country, and censorship is the only answer. Never realizing their outrage might be doing more harm than good. This is, no surprise, still practiced today. As it ping-pongs in between political extremes. Yeah, remember
Yeah.
really different from cancel. That's something only
Oh,
does,
that
not
cancel
us.
culture.
Please welcome Terrence and Phillip.
A bunch of parents show up to cancel Terrence and Phillip. I mean, boy, God, sorry, just again so different. When Conan O'Brien, voiced randomly by Brent Spiner, and Brooke Shields, voiced also randomly by Minnie Driver, turns them in to the authorities.
I farted once on the set of Blue Lagoon.
I forgot about that.
Brooke Shields, but that might be the funniest scene in the movie.
You loved our movie, Conan.
What have I done?
Truth be told,
And Conan just jumps out the window and kills
just
himself.
To show Conan on his own show.
I sound like that? Well, hello, fellows.
Canadian government gets back.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, like, with this show, they couldn't get, like, the actual, like, celebrity voice actors to voice these characters, both in the show and in the movie.
The same team will be
Most of the voices were just provided by Matt and Trey.
Corporate America.
Yeah.
Always be associated with something good. The U.S. declares war.
I wonder if he's ever actually going to do a review on Team America.
That's good. Announcing that Terrence and Phillip are to be executed. Again, a nice jab that Americans are fine with vulgar violence just as long as non-vulgar language is being used. Meanwhile, back in hell, okay, you gotta love a film when that's a segue. Kenny is being tortured by Satan and his lover, a constantly aroused Saddam Hussein.
Man, this is getting me so hot.
You let me do my job, please.
Jeez.
Come on, rub my nipples while I torture
This
little
character.
This is played for laughs, but if you've seen the paintings at his home, this honestly isn't far off.
Yeah, to be fair, I definitely think in the back of our minds, Saddam Hussein was a character we wanted to forget ever existed in real life and in South Park. Mostly considering for South Park because his running theme was just trying to get Satan to have sex with him. And by the time they've done that joke again, I'm just like, yeah, this joke has pretty much just run its course. It was awkward but funny at first, but now it's basically become a really stale joke. Like, even when the movie showed it, I'm just like, yeah, this joke has pretty much just run its course. They tried that again with a different character, but that failed sadly.
Together to protest it. Stan even decides to get political because he thinks it'll win over the girl he loves. Again, tell me you've never seen that happen in real life.
This is all Cow's mom's fault.
Oh yeah, it leads to this infamous song.
She-poodle. Lassie. Canine of...
Oh my gosh. Chaplin, you're just coming up with all sorts of, like, words today, aren't ya? Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. Yeah, even then when this movie came out, that was a tasteless joke. It was not good.
Any other way, I for one would be offended by this cartoon that constantly declares it's trying to offend me.
Yeah.
Thunder and Always Sunny in Philadelphia. All these characters are smart, kind, level-headed role models that are clearly saying we need to be exactly like. If that wasn't the case and these were stupid, ignorant morons, hell, even satirizing stupid, ignorant morons, dare I say, there could be comedy involved. But that's not it. There's a beauty mask, so there's no problem. As you might have expected, though, Kyle's mom hears the song.
Oh boy, are we gonna talk about this? Yeah, I want to talk about this real quick. Honestly, in today's standards of, like, this year, like 2023, basically, no parent would sign off on this. Like, not a single parent would want to sign off on the government sticking some mechanical chip into your kid's brain, and every time they swear, it shocks them. Like, no parent would do that. I'm telling you, no parent in this day and age would do that. They just know to raise their kids better. They just know that because they're very smart. Like, parents around the world are very smart, and they know that they can raise their kids better than that. They know that because they have the power to do that. This they would not sign off on, I'll tell you that.
Something like this needs to exist. Very few parents actually purchased it.
It is also one of the big reasons why,
actually solving the problem.
Yeah, why
censor what children watch.
Sheila has been my least favorite character in South Park.
Cartman not wanting to swear with him not being able to swear.
Success! The child doesn't want to swear!
This isn't fair, you send him begging
Because I joked about crucifixion.
Ooh.
I think they were joking about it.
I also kind of forgot, I think this was like maybe the second time they hired like Eric Idle to voice a character in South Park.
You started a war, you have to stop it.
To make them safe again.
Hello?
Our children are precious.
Hello?
Wait until the world unites several groups with social media, then we'll all listen to each other. Kids are introduced
kind of.
I think a lot of us were introduced to Brian Boitano.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure he'd kick an ass or two. That's what Brian Boitano do.
I forgot about how catchy this song was.
Great being a small part of your journey on South Park.
Well, that makes writing a punchline hard, so
you all.
Okay. Okay.
Next scene.
Wow.
A message to all the kids saying if they want to help Terrence and Philip, they all need to meet up. Meanwhile, Kenny hears that Satan is going to take over the world once Terrence and Philip are killed, as is told in the prophecy that clearly they're not putting much effort into.
To be fair, yeah, the prophecy in this movie that Satan mentions is barely, like, it's barely mentioned, and when you think about it, you're just like, oh yeah, when's that gonna happen?
It's around this point that I remember it. I love talking about this film. I look back on it fondly, I remember the commentary, songs, and a fair amount of laughs, but I also have to admit, it can get a little boring. And I don't think it's a coincidence that it's around the half-hour mark where I start to think that. Because South Park is a half-hour show. If you're gonna drag this out in an hour-and-a-half movie, though, there's two issues. One is you can't rely on the animation being visually interesting for that long because, well, it's South Park. That's part of the joke. It's cheap animation. For an hour-and-a-half, though, that's a pretty long time to look at this cheap-ass style. But in that case, the comedy really has to be upped, and it's good. It's clever commentary and does make me laugh at times. But there are long stretches where the jokes are a little include scenes that don't even end on a joke. The Brian Boitano song ends on a freeze frame. There's nothing really that funny about that. This scene ends with them naming
okay, that was weird. I don't know if that was supposed to be a cut, but
I never got a laugh when I saw it in the theater. And don't get me wrong, it's not like every scene has to have a laugh, but for an hour-and-a-half of visually dull and not particularly complex characters, unless there's
I mean, I can kind of agree with that, because, like, the episodes can drag out a bit with, like, the animation and stuff like that, but
also working on the next season and fighting for the MPAA. It's impressive we got what we got, but the film does drag a bit because of it. I find surprisingly this is quite common with comedies that have memorable
I forgot Mr. Hat was put in a war outfit like that.
Or Life Aquatic. There's a ton of greatness that stays with you, but when you sit through them again, you forget it's a bit of a snooze fest at times. I will admit, though, I'd much rather have a movie stay with me and have boring moments than a film that's entertaining from beginning to end, but completely forget about it. So don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this makes it a bad film by any means, but it is an interesting thing to point out. With that said, when they are doing a song or a joke,
Oh, yeah.
they are great. I love they try to make
This song.
Lord of Darkness almost like a longing Disney princess. He wants to take over the world simply so he can see it. It's honestly kind of a funny idea. And yeah, okay, it's not like this is that deep a song, but for audiences just looking for fart jokes, I guess some of these lyrics can be a little challenging.
Without evil, there can be no good, so it must be good to be evil sometimes.
Sometimes.
More distance from Sodom when you say that? The kids meet up.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's a good song. It's a really, really good song, and it's catchy.
It's a combination of all the songs.
Our lives will change. Tomorrow night,
This song
we'll be
is
entertained.
so damn good.
An execution.
Melodies, the
What a sight.
It's like Les Mis.
Tomorrow night.
The only downside is, it reminds me this movie needs more butters.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I'm honestly glad that we did get, like, more butters in the show. Most people, I think they've asked me this question before of, like, who my favorite South Park character is. Well, I'm saying that I'm just going to fix the camera a bit. It's kind of a tie between both Kyle and Butters. Butters because he's just that, like, wholesome, cheerful, like, kid we were at that age. Ugh. Sorry. And Kyle for being, like, just the one that can actually stand up to Cartman's bull crap all the time. But you get the idea. Honestly, I feel like now I could change my answer that Butters is, like, my favorite character. Just for that reason of him being wholesome.
Destruction, which I'll admit, watching at home isn't that funny, but in a theater, Christ, does this get a big laugh, so I think it balances out.
We need to speak with the mole.
They get help from a kid called the Mole. Okay, come on, Butters could have been the Mole. Maybe he wasn't a popular yet, I don't know. And Sodom sings a song to Satan about how he'll be better to him.
But I can change, I can change.
I forgot about this song.
Well, the song is
It is pretty much one of the more, like, forgettable songs from this
People
movie.
squirming in their seats.
For its own
It's the
reasons.
pure Charlie of the flick. You'll get through it fine, but you always forget it's in the movie.
Welcome to the USO show.
There's a big USO show before the execution of Terrence and Phillip, which includes Big Gay Al and Winona Ryder.
Here's my famous ping pong ball trick. There, I didn't miss one.
Yeah.
Really stole the show. Yes, 2023. The only other thing we got in her is this meme. What am I supposed to do with this? Big Gay Al also sings his song, and it looks like part of his name was
I'm
exaggerated.
super! Thanks for asking. All things considered, I could be better, I must say.
Dolores! Tell me how to get Wendy to like me.
Dude, you just have to have confidence in yourself. Chicks love confidence.
I'm confident no matter what I do, this is still going to get me age restricted.
Yeah.
Operation Human Shield puts all the black soldiers in the front to be shot first, but they move out of the way, letting the others get
Some people gonna die?
Wait. Are you insinuating that Jar Jar is the same actor as that guy? Oh my god, I'm amazed. Stan leads the kids,
I don't
but
know about
Terrence and Phillip
that.
get killed off, allowing hell to rise. Carmen's V-chip starts
Yeah, you done messed up, Sheila.
shocking others whenever he swears. So, of course, vulgar language saves the day.
But
I also
who
love
Barbara
how the big
Streisand?
he uses is just Barbara Streisand's name.
Ooh. Yeah. When his hair stands up, it's just so funny.
Globes. Pocket rocket. Hound dog of the fair sex. Muff. This kind. Front bottom. Downstairs. Rectum. Bitch.
I have had enough of you.
Satan kills Saddam, and Satan gives Kenny any wish he wants because he showed him he was in a terrible relationship. Kenny wishes everything to go back to the way it was, which would mean he would have to go back to hell also.
Oh, gosh.
Kenny finally revealing himself.
Oh, yeah. Kenny finally speaks in this movie.
On the one hand,
And then he starts, like, speaking half the time through the rest of the series.
Kenny McCormick.
And it is a little funny that, well, he looks like any other kid.
Goodbye, you guys.
It's also
Even if it's one line, it's just... It's so funny.
Crying. It's just...
Gosh, like, me saying that Kenny finally talks on the rest of the series after this, it just reminds me of that one line when they, like, fill his mouth with the sock full of soap, and he's like, no, not the sock! Not the sock!
It's done better later. I'm not sure. I could be alone on that. What do you think? Everything's put back to normal. Kenny even goes to heaven because he ironically accepted he would go to hell. And the final song is...
yeah, he gets to go back to heaven now.
That's a big jump at the end. And that was South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Both dated, but in many ways still relevant.
Somehow, it still holds up, like, after all these years.
Like is always going to be a thing.
Well, there we go. That was my reaction to Nostalgia Critic's review on South Park the movie. And yeah, I'm still not calling it that title because I don't think that's the best title for it. The original title actually sounded pretty dope and on par with, or on brand for Matt and Trey when they were... I can't even talk. But yeah, it's nice to see that, like, he thinks that this movie still holds up to this day. Personally, I think it kind of still does. A lot of the jokes in it are not really that funny. I think they're kind of, like, just tasteless. It definitely would get Matt and Trey canceled in 2023. I'll tell you that right now. They would definitely get canceled with the jokes if they brought them back again. But other than that, I still find enjoyment out of the movie for a few scenes and a lot of the songs. Yeah, I still think it kind of holds up to this day. Anyway, with that being said, thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell to never miss a video. And with that, I will see all you awesome guys and gals later. Bye-bye!